All right, are we working? I hope so. We are in the middle of my very noisy 3D printer room because I have almost every printer running right now. Almost everyone, except one actually. Wow. No wonder it's warm in here. I just want to shoot a quick video to go over the installation of the new rear guard for Gotway Msuper wheel. Just to quickly outline how you can attach it, there's a couple different options. One thing I wanted to mention with these, there's two models that we're selling here. I have one that has the integrated little mud guard there. Obviously not as good as a full mud guard, but it'll give you some basic protection from splashback. And then I have one that does not have that mud guard in case you wanted to use a conventional mud guard like the one that E-Wheels includes with their wheels. This one here. So this one will actually fit underneath this guard if you wanted to use that rear guard. So that is why we have those two options. All right, one thing I wanted to mention was when you get these guards, you'll see that the print quality is good. One thing you will notice is right here underneath here, it's going to be a little rough. I'm looking at getting like a little power sander to maybe smooth that out a little bit better, but it is going to be a little bit rough, and that's because of the way that these are printed. They're printed upright like this, and this area here gets a little rough because I'm not using supports to support this area as it prints. And the reason I'm not doing that is because that would cause all sorts of additional artifacts all over the print. So this area here is going to be a little bit rough. The good news is when you have it installed, unless you keep your eye down here down, which no one's going to do normally, you'll never even notice that it's there. So just an FYI. In case you're wondering. All right, so anyways, when you receive one of these from me, it is going to look like this. It's going to have double-sided tape on here. This is 3M double-sided tape. It's not the super duper industrial 3M tape. You could easily use that if you wanted to, and you might not have to ever even worry about using fasteners, screws to attach it. I just choose to do that because I'm not in situations where I'm going to be dropping my wheel a lot, so I just like to have mine screwed in, but it's totally optional. You don't have to do that. One thing you're going to want to do, whether you're screwing it in or you're just using the tape, is you want to clean this surface with like isopropyl alcohol or something, just to make sure that the area, if you're going to be using the double-sided tape, obviously, you want it to be clean as possible to get the best adhesion possible. One advantage of just using double-sided tape is if you were in a situation where this dropped, maybe it wasn't like a cutout situation which has a violent impact. Maybe it was just, you were going at a low speed and it dropped over on its side. If you're using just a double-sided tape, there's a good chance that this will be able to move out of its way and maybe not get damaged. If you have it screwed in place, however, if the weight of the wheel comes down on this, it could crack something. So that is another thing to consider when you choose which mounting method you want to go with on the wheel. Okay, so let's say that you cleaned up the tail end of your MSX or your Msuper, whatever model it is. You got your brand new rear guard in the mail. And all you need to do is just peel off this secondary backing tape here. The way this is shaped, it's gonna pretty much align itself pretty accurately on the case itself, but just be careful when you're placing it to make sure it's aligned well. And once it's aligned to your satisfaction, just press it in place. Pretty darn simple. And for many of you, you will be done. However, if you would like to use a screw mount, if you don't think you're going to be dropping your wheel a lot and you like the idea of having it screwed in place, just so, if the adhesive for some reason came loose, you don't want to lose it, you can screw it in. So what I do is I take a small drill bit. I'm not sure what size this is. You just want to make sure it's smaller than the diameter of the screws that are included. These are 3/4 inch screws, number 6 wood screws. That's what they are. So anyways, you have this in place now, held nice and securely with the tape. You just center this up in the hole. I already have holes drilled, so I'm just acting like I'm drilling again. Pop 2 little pilot holes in both sides, and then you just take your screw, line it up, and screw it in. Just has to be snug. You do not want to, crank the hell out of it. And your pilot hole does not need to be super deep either. You just need something for this to bite into to get started. We don't want, we don't want these screws to go deep into the case, just enough to hold the guard in there securely. So there you go. So if you're using the screw mount, I do recommend that you still keep the double-sided tape under there just to give you a little bit of shock absorption. That could be helpful as opposed to just having plastic on plastic. It might make noise or something. I've had this on my wheel for a few days, and I did like a 25-mile ride the other day. It was fine. Didn't hear any noise. Did its job. And yeah, I'm pleased with it. Okay, so that's the basics of how to install the Msuper rear guard on your wheel. If you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, think about subscribing. If you are just into EUC content, I don't say this enough, and some people don't know it. If you're just into EUC content, I do have a dedicated YouTube channel just for EUC or PEV content, because it's EUCs, one wheel, scooter, skateboard, anything PEV related goes in that channel, and the channel is called EUC Army. So you might want to think about going over there and subscribing if you just like curated PEV content. I'm not sure why I brought that up now, but there you go. If you're interested in one of these guards, you can go on eucarmy.com. I have this. I have the 3D stands. I have our new adjustable 3D printed stands, which adjust from an opening of 14 centimeters all the way up to 20 centimeters. So it should, in theory, accommodate pretty much any wheel. Those are in the store as well. I have I have all kinds of stuff. Just take a look in the store and tell me what you think. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at duff@eucarmy.com. That's all I have for you for now. Until next time, Duffman out. That's how it's made.